Like I've given you detention and all of you are like sadly coming and sitting in front. You look really sad. I'm sorry, guys. I had to make you move. Hello, hi. Welcome to today's afternoon's Poetry Open Mic. My name is Harsh. I'm going to be a host for today afternoon. I usually forget to tell my name. I don't know why. It just happens. I just assume that, okay, we're just having a conversation. I'll begin. And I forget to introduce myself. There were times midway into the show, I realized I haven't said my name, so I should just say it. So now I'll remember. Every time before I go on stage, I'm like, okay, I have to tell my name, just in case. How many of you are doing this for the very first time? Don't raise your hand, please. Cheer. It's not school. Cheer. Okay? It's Sunday. You guys have woken up, taken whatever mode of transport to get here. It's a big deal, okay? On a Sunday afternoon to even wake up and do this. So cheer, throw the energy around. It's going to be fun. There are a few first-time performers. There are a few, not first-time performers, but performers. It's going to be really fun. Okay? So give me a cheer if this is your first ever time here. Yeah. Okay. Hoot. Hoot. Woo! Yeah, okay, that basic, okay? Because I'll keep asking you random questions and hoot is a nice way to get a response, instead of just like,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's a very, yeah, because I'm already like this, right? Like we're one step away from me pulling this projector down and being like, okay, this is a presentation. My teammates couldn't make it, so I made it. So I'm glad all of you made it here for the first time. For those of you who are doing it again, welcome back. I'm glad to see some familiar faces. Basic rules: you get 4 minutes on stage. 4 minutes. You can do 16 pieces, 24 pieces, one piece, anything as much as you like, but 4 minutes. This is a timer, if you can see behind, that will tell you your time. 3 minutes, 30 seconds, you'll get a flash, you'll get a flicker of light behind you. That means you have 30 more seconds to wrap up your piece. Please do wrap up your piece because I've realized a lot of times when we show light, people like look this side and start performing, or they look down and start performing, which is okay, you can, but we'll just keep flashing the light. So please let's respect everyone's time. It'll be fun, so 4 minutes. Second, this is again I like to give this a rule or suggestion or whatever. Have fun. You made it here. You made it here. I mean, like, I'm telling you, it's a big deal, dude, to wake up on a Sunday. Can't emphasize on the fact. So please have fun. I'm going to have fun. The team is going to have fun. You also have to make sure you have fun. We will do everything we can to accommodate you. You also have to give the energy back. So have fun. Third, it's an open mic, okay? It's an open mic. If you fuck up, it's fine. Right? If you fumble, it's fine. Don't hold yourself at that gold standard key. Every word has to come out right. We're human beings, dude. You'll see me fumble a lot of times, okay? So it's normal. So if you do land up, feeling like you screwed up, it's fine. No one's gonna be like, get off stage. How can you do that? Okay? People are gonna be supportive. So if you feel like you screwed up some part, you want to start the sentence again, you can start the sentence again. People will be all right. Don't worry so much about it. घर का माहौल जैसा है, in a way. Maybe not. Okay. I thought about it and I was like, okay, it's not. Okay. Have fun. If there is any kind of material that might trigger someone, please give a trigger warning when you come on stage. It could be for anything because we don't know people. We can't predict what their lives are like. So let's not be assumptuous कि सब लोग everyone's chill with everything. If you feel like कोई trigger है, बता दो. That person can step out for 4 minutes, come back, and join us again, so that everyone has a great time. That's it, guys. That's it. We used to have like a thing with 14 rules on it, and like I would get like tired sometimes because people are like, "What? There's one more. There's one more. Okay, there's one more. Okay." So yeah. Apart from that, just basic. Don't hate people. Don't hate on people. The government's already doing that. Okay, cool. You didn't hear me say that. I didn't say anything. That's about it. Some of you see me host, some of you have not. I like narrating stories from life because life is so great and every moment is like a story. And I feel everyone is like a storybook of their own, right? We're all living different chapters of our lives. Somehow we've all met in this one chapter in each of your lives, in each of my life. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about something fun, hopefully. You enjoy it. I didn't enjoy that experience, but I will tell you about it. How many of you, give me a cheer if you think that, first of all of you saw the Oscar slap, not even the Oscar, the Oscar slap. Nobody knows what happened in the Oscar. Nobody cares. They're like, ठीक है, 2-3 लोग और जीत गए, ठीक है. But that, oh my God. That day, man, I went to meet my best friend in Goa and I woke up and I'm like, did you? And he's like, yeah. I saw what happened. And then the whole day, okay, if you ever scroll Instagram, whole day, it's just the same thing over and over again, okay? How many of you think that was overrated in a way? Like, not the slap part, but the whole thing coming out and all. Yeah, it's overrated, right? Yeah? Man, crazy it was. So I got slapped once by my professor in college when I was in 12th grade. And when I went back home and told my dad, I don't know what happened, he got motivated and called the press to the college the next day. And I'll tell you about this story over today. Okay? Now, also I like to do this. I'm going to call an imaginary person, okay? Just to test the energy of the room. I'm going to call the imaginary person. You have to cheer, hoot like they're your best friend, okay? I mean, we can pretend like 2 hours. Cool? So, it's okay. We all have friends. Let's just try to make new friends, okay? So, I'm going to call the person. All of you ready? Okay? Na 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 na! Cool.
Your imaginary friends became real.
Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. That's mad. Yeah, I had no idea. Wow. Wow, this is cool, man. Today we're in luck. We'll do it one more time, okay? Try to push the energy a little more.
5 more percent.
5, yeah. Is the door closed? Okay. No, okay. Okay, let's see, okay? Na 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 na! Cool. So the standard is here, which you set. I didn't tell you anything. So now it can't go down, okay? We have how many? 8, 9, 10 performers. Let's make sure that you throw that energy at them no matter how they're feeling. Because I'm sure everyone's feeling nervous. No matter how many times you perform, even when I come up on stage, it's been like 4 or 5 years, I still feel like the chills. I think it's nice. It's nice to get the chills and nice to feel this. So it'll be nice to get your support. Also, if it's not your first time, okay, just say it's your first time. If you feel too nervous. I don't know why people just feel the need to be like first time. Wow, great. Yeah, this is a full, like so much energy they give. It's so sweet. It's really wonderful. So do that. Okay? Are you guys ready?
Yep.
To begin today's Zoom mic? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll call the first person. You know what to do. Start loud. Little more. First performer, guys. A little more. Can you please have Afreen? She's coming all the way from the back, guys. Keep clapping when she comes on stage. She's still not on stage, guys. It's me. Surprise.
I am surprised because I was second.
Yeah, nobody
So
can do the
nobody
first
filled in
one.
from first. Okay. Everyone's feeling how I did when I gave my name for second. Alright. So guys, my name is Afreen. I'll be reading 4 pieces today, afternoon. Alright. I will evidently fumble a lot. And I'll be reading 3 pieces from the book that I published called Words and Words. And I'll be reading 1 piece from the one that I'm working on currently. Okay. There is one trigger warning, which is one of my poems will be about anxiety. So if anybody needs to, leave, they can leave for the 4 minutes. Alright. And the rest of the 3 poems, which are not about anxiety, are about what is my place in the world and how I feel about it. So, yeah, maybe some of the thoughts are something that you might relate to. The first poem is Lonely Planet. Overpopulated, still separated. Go out to meet, speaking only sweet. While all you feel is pain, hiding tears in the rain. Hi, how are you? Yes, I'm dying too. I was watching Friends yesterday. In reality, I have none I can say. I came out in hopes to be seen, but I'm wearing a mask to clean. I like your mask. How are you holding up underneath, I must ask. Don't have small talk left no more. It's time to go. I feel more invisible than when I came. Let's fail at this tomorrow again. On a planet full of lonely people, with conversations fake and feeble. Thank you. You guys are kind. Okay. So the second one is Neverland. It's kind of similar. Born in 1993, I was never really free. Grown accustomed to bear my parents' constant stare. For hedonistic pleasures, exchanging future's treasure. So can't really measure to society's pressure. Constantly fumble, incapable to be responsible, and for it, when I'm shamed, I quickly allocate blame. Always amiss, unable to keep a promise, running away from tension to the center of attention. I'm lazy, I'm crazy, I'm chasing the daisy. Are you too a child? Since quite a long while. Impossible to become a man. Stuck being Peter Pan. The third one is called I'm a Toe. Fish can't fly. Is ocean their cry? I'm short and shy, but so is bonsai. I'm funny but not fun. I walk but can't run. I work but I don't earn. It's late and I just begun. Every finger is different and I'm a toe. Where do I go if I don't fit in the row? So the fourth one is what I'm excited about. This is the one I'm working for in my coming book. The name is Overstaying Guest. This is the one about anxiety. All right. Where do you go when your mind betrays you? Finding solutions in the bottle of Pill's blue. The rising tide you know will have you drown. A brewing tornado that'll surely destroy your carefully curated town. Like a phone call in the dead of night. Like a knock of a familiar stranger. Like a loud boom in the silent doom, a harbinger of impending danger. Days come and go to and fro, tearing your life apart. My anxiety attacks my sanity like a headache of the heart. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Afreen. Thank you so much. Can we please have another round of applause? Dude, I want to reach that point in life, dude, where I'm like, this next piece is going to come out in my next book. I already have a book, and it's really cool, right? How many of you have ever thought of writing a book, right? Every writer has had the, yeah, thank you. How many of you have, except Afreen, anyone else already has a published book? You have a published book, okay. Anyone else? Ma'am, you have, okay. Are you performing?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, are you? Okay. Then you can talk about, if you can just talk about your book.
Sure.
Yeah? Anything about your, okay, later, okay. Cool. Anyone else? No? Okay. Anyone trying to write one? Like in the process of writing one in between? Or you're trying to write one now?
Second one, but
Second, oh, wow, man. कोई पहली बार वाले है ही नहीं. या तो नहीं किया है, या तो दूसरा है सीधा. That's cool. That's pretty cool, man. Cool. It's very exciting. I always had this fascination. And I started writing around age 10. So around that time, I was always like, someday I want to just see a book cover with my name. It's so like fascinating to have. And around the same time, I was reading these set of books. Like when we grow up, we're all reading like Famous Five and like Hardy Boys and things like that, right? So we're reading that, and for some reason, okay, I don't know why, I felt the need to write a book, which is set in India, because it's not set in India. And the book was called Hardy Boys from India. That's all. That's, yeah, I mean, like, मैं इतना सोचा नहीं 10 at the age 10 what copyright will be and all that. I was like, hey man, I've read Hardy Boys books. I don't relate to any of them. These alleys and all is not. We have gullies, okay, please, like this. I don't get it. I don't get these people. So I wrote like my own version of it, and I'm glad I don't get to read it because I don't want to. It's really fun to read your work from the past, but not back in time. That's just worse. You can't start reading your first piece of writing and being like, yeah. Because I felt like I had so many aspirations then, and now I'm realistic. So I'm like, oh man, this is not the way to go. So yeah, someday if you ever go around and if you see a book called Hardy Boys from India, I made it, guys. If it didn't happen, then it's lying somewhere. Cool, okay. Next person is a first-time performer, okay? First time, yeah. Can you please have Ayushman? Oh, he's right. Oh, keep clapping till he comes on stage.
hello guys, hi. Thank you so much, first of all, Habitat, for inviting me for this. I've seen this logo a lot of times before. बहुत मन करता था एक दिन perform करेगा इधर. So anyway, so I'm Ayushman. I work in a PR Copcom and I write and shit. Yeah. I try to write and I try to make music because my life goal is only one thing, right? to have a conversation with somebody for an hour or two and not bring up my job. And right? Like our work life always becomes identities, right? And I try my best to create a identity apart from my job and my life in that sense. So the first poem which I want to write, I want to speak in front of you, is called Transactions. I wrote this, I think, last year, and I don't know why I write certain things. There is no meaning to it, I sometimes find. I just write it for the sake of it, sometimes also because I want to write. But let's see how it goes, right? So it's the first one is our transactions. I run rings around you in a speed which is malignant. The slipstream caused by my own flesh and blood, in a futile attempt to offer a safe space. However, there is no justification for this, no reason for any candor nor fake formalities. It's just that at times, I also want to try being unconditional, like a mother's love, like the trees providing some shade. Please allow me once to feel mortal again. I am tired of my transactions, as with every swipe of the card, now feels like the cut of a katana blade to the skin. Thank you so much. My second piece is from my book, which I wrote last year, and you can DM me if you want to read that book. I'm just giving it away for free. I don't know how to monetize my art. I can only monetize for my company, so yeah. I just want to share my work and just, if you want, and that's it.
You name the book?
Yeah, it is called Introspections and Anxieties. So Max related to that last poem, by the way. Damn. Shit. The name of the poem is The Troy of Today. The Troy of Today. The wooden horse is at the doorstep. We had a detailed discussion with our respective deities. They seemed to approve. God said, "Is there any doubt? You can trust my messenger." We bowed, gave each other skeptical glances, still managing to make ourselves believe. Just like every time when doctrines triumph reason. We opened the door, but unlike King Priam of Troy, we already know who is inside the horse. Troy is burning today, just like it did before. How fascinating! In both, the crudelity in faith is constant. The gods are silent when Priam begged to Apollo. The temples, mosques, and churches are conveniently shallow even today, arrogant and hollow. How much time do I think? 30 seconds. 30 seconds? Only a small four piece bar which I wrote for a song which I would like to share. It's also in my book. I named this particular bar called Changes. I understand that you have willfully changed. These alterations, they are a constant. But how do I explain about those times when we could disagree without being so hesitant? Thank you so much.
Please, one applause for him, please. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's true what you said in a way, like just monetizing art. I find it very, very difficult. I find creating art actually more easier than marketing that art. It's just so much more harder, especially Instagram. Instagram is not our place. I don't know why. It's really not the right place. But we have to make do with what we have. So it's really sad. But cool. Thank you so much for performing that. This is the first ever time you performed here, or first time in life you're performing?
First time here.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool, man. I mean, like, I had a sheet of paper, my first time, and I was like constantly like, I can't do this. I can't, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's been few months ever since after the pandemic. Whoever I see for the first time, they're killing it. It's so cool. So, like, I really appreciate you guys doing this or you doing it, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to come up on stage and do this. So good job for all of you. Yeah. Also, I'll tell you one more thing. For all the performers, sorry, there is no other option. You have to clap and hoot. For me, if one person also feels like clapping, there is no pressure for other people. Because I've realized one person starts clapping, others are like, oh fuck, even I have to clap now. This is the only way. I can't do anything more. So don't take that pressure. If you feel like clapping for me, clap. If you feel like laughing, reacting, doing anything, do that with me. With them, you have to. Sorry. A lot of people tell me like I make people clap, like I make audience clap a lot, but it's a part of my JD to do this. This is one of the major things to do. So like I'm going to do that. So keep the energy going for everyone else. For me, it's fine. Really fine. One person clapping is okay. I'm okay. You guys have to be okay with it. I know it sounds very odd. Only one person's like, yeah. And you're like, should I not? It feels weird. Don't. With me, it's chill, okay? As long as you're listening, I'm cool, man. I'm really fine. Cool. We'll have the next person, and then I'll begin the traumatic experiences of a decade back of my professor doing this to me. Okay. This also is the first time. We have a bunch of first time back to back. I'm trying to get the spelling pronunciation right. I hope I get it right. Okay, first time performer. You know what to do. Yeah. Gone. Third performer will be gone. I'm so underconfident to say this name. Okay, we'll do it again. Start clapping. Hey, a little more loudly. Devanshi. Devanshi? Okay, guys, 1 second. Clap. Can you please have Devanshi? Till she comes on stage, guys. Keep clapping till she comes on stage. She's still not on stage.
Hi, my name is Devanshi, first time performer in my life. I've always shared my poems with my friends, like I've just shared them like notes, but I've never really spoken it loud. I'm going to share 2 pieces. The first one I had written for my father. I hated it all when I saw you in front of me, yet so engrossed in the books, you wouldn't even look at me. Or was it when I was scolded at for something I didn't think would be a reason to argue? I hated it all when you said you were busy and all I wanted to do was to sit with you and listen to these untold stories. Or was it when I wanted to go out with you, a small little drive, just you and me? I hated it all when I saw you the other day, made me laugh, and minutes later made me cry. Or was it that we never had a proper goodbye? Or a proper promise to see each other someday? Or an I love you forever? I still hate it all when every moment reminds me of you, of what you've done, if you were besides me. Or is it that I wanted to share every little happiness or sadness just with you? The second poem, it's about finding this just happiness that we spend our entire lives about, that just one goal. The hunter has now ventured into the sea, for he seeks the pearl on the ocean surface. He shall never find, and he needs to dive deep, with all his zest and courage, and clear out all the clusters. He needs to find the shell, concealed with the pearl. Only then will his mission accomplish, only then can he rest. Till then he must find venture, for yet another 100 times, and for a more 1,000 times. All with new energy and focus in his mind. Lost attempts, lost hearts. That will break him every single time. Yet will he prepare for a venture one more time. Deep in the ocean, closed in the shell, the jewel of the pearl carries all the ocean tales. This is what makes it precious, and this is what is crave. For the hunter to risk his life just for that one pearl, isn't it worth a lifetime to find the thing he seeks for, as all the secrets of ocean lies in its hearts? Thank you so much.
you so much. It's so cool that that was your first ever time. Yeah, how does it feel? Very nervous. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I think like it stays with you. And it takes time. I feel it takes time. You know, when you come here, it's like disassociation. You do your thing, you go back, and then for like 4 minutes, you're like, was it me? Did I just go up on stage and do that? So like, yeah, take your time, enjoy this moment. I think it's a great moment. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, I'll give you context to me. I'll give you context to where I'm from, and then we'll begin the story. This is me today. Okay, this is me today. I feel firm. I feel stable in my ground. I feel like, you know, like if I can aspire for something, I can work towards it. This is me when I was young. You know, like constantly just scared, not being able to like talk to people. Like anything would not come out. No words would come out. I would be like, people are just weird. I was like, I can't do people, you know, like I'd rather find my space somewhere else. So like I was very underconfident. I was very like shy and nervous and scared. And I went to a boys' school for the first 7 years of my life, okay? Not a great decision. I don't think anyone should go to a all-boys institution forever in their lives, because I think the balance is so important. Otherwise, things will get ruined. And so like I was around these boys, okay, till 5th grade. And my parents, and I'm from Bangalore. I'm not from Bombay, I'm from Bangalore. So my parents decided, I have a younger brother, my parents decided experiment karte, challenging banate inka life. So they moved us from a boys' school to a co-ed school in 6th standard. Now I don't know again how many of you have done this change, but it was crazy because I suddenly came into this new world where other species of beings existed. Is this not boys, right? Is this the mix of both? And I'm telling you that balance was so much better for the next 4 years or 5 years because it's a lot, dude. I can't. I feel like when boys are young, like if I hit him and he hits me back, we both are friends. That's our total. We're like, how hard can we hit each other? That will show our like boyhood. So nothing great comes out of it. Nothing great comes out of it, okay? Yeah. Clearly I'm doing this here. Also because my therapist has been out of town for a while, so you guys become this. So yeah, I moved to the school. That school also went fine. It took me like 4 years, okay? From 6th to 10th, it took me time to even talk to a girl, like even basic. Like asking for a pen, asking for a book was very scary. Only in time I realized that it's the same way. You talk with everyone with respect. You can't just, do this. So I did that. Now, 11th and 12th. In Bangalore, 11th and 12th can be school, can be college. But college for us is pre-university college. That's PUC. So I went to this one college, a good, well-known college in Bangalore to do my commerce in 11th and 12th. But it happened to be a all-boys college. Now, I was okay with being around boys when they were growing up. Once they've grown up, also it proves nothing great comes out of it together. So I feel like if you put 8, and in my class there were 80 of us, and nothing great comes out of 80 boys inside a classroom, okay? So I switched college, did that for like 11th and 12th, did commerce because I'm Gujarati. I mean, I don't know if that explains anything, but like apparently it's written in my life history that I'm supposed to do commerce and do business. So that is the plan. So I started doing commerce and business. It was nice. And I've had a history of just being in a class which is very mischievous. I don't know how many of you have been part of that. I don't do that much. I started talking only very late in my life. And I was always around people who would create a ruckus. And like other teachers and other students from other classrooms would be like, oh, tere class mein wo ladka hai na, oh fuck dude, I've heard so much about him and things like that. I never intended to be a part of it, but I became. So 11th and 12th we were in this boys' college. Now I'll give you context to this boys' college. This college, we had a dress code, okay? And the dress code was white shirt with thin black lines. And by the time my brother graduated, he had thicker black lines, and that literally looked like jailer clothes. So we wore a white shirt with thin lines and a black pant and shoes, okay? And this is one of those colleges where when you go to college late, they will write in your like remarks, yeah, like remarks. And I was just like, dude, I'm 17 now. I can't go to my parents and be like, "Meko remark mila hai, diary mein sign kar do." Like, what the fuck are you doing in life? So they were that kind of college, very strict, extremely strict. we had college from 9 to 4. I don't know. I after coming to Bombay, I've realized like 7 to 11 maybe commerce ho sakta hai. You don't have to go from 9 to 4 to do this. So 9 to 4 we're doing college, and it was very hectic. But we had fun because my class was very like this, and we were the only class in the whole of the college that had a camera in the classroom. Because of how fucked up like the guys were, they were like, "Hum camera dal denge so that we have proofs next time to show you that you have done this." And like I said, nothing good comes out of 80 boys in a classroom. And even after we had the camera, we've had several incidents of like teachers being like taken for granted and things like that. And I think it happens because if teachers come to you and they start telling you, do live your life like this, do that, and people are like, I already have 2 parents who are telling me that every day. I don't need you to come. I'm coming to college to escape this fact. And then coming to college and then you reminding me that I should live my life like this is just a waste. But cool. I'll come back and I'll continue from here. Okay? Next person is a first-time performer. Yeah? Okay? You know what to do. Can you please have Samit Shah? All the way from the second row, guys. Keep clapping till she comes on stage.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Samiksha and I'm performing for the first time. And I'll just be performing one piece and it's called All I Want to Be. I want to be smart and sexy. Does your brain stop at the word smart or sexy? Because I know what you might think. She has flaps instead of abs, her skin too dark, where is her spark? She's got a double chin, her waist isn't even thin and she cries about everything. Have you seen how she exists? The woman is in distress, her room is a mess, it's another metaphor for her life. But I don't care. I want to be smart and sexy. I want to know facts and things you'd never expect me to know. I want to talk my talk like an intellectual beast. And when I walk my walk, you wouldn't take your eyes off me. I want to be a real threat. You'd think twice before you pick a fight with me. I want to be so bloody good at writing my poetry that the words flowing out of my pen will pierce your heart and make it bleed. You can't not listen, you will pay heed. Every vulnerable line will make you squirm in your seat and everything I speak will speak power. You'll remember my words even after I leave. My confidence will run through my entire body. It will shoot from my eyes and knock you in the head. I just want you to be in awe of me. I want my feet grounded, but my head held high. I want to be so tall I'd surpass the sky. I want you to hear me when I speak. I want you to hear me even when I don't. I want to be brave, my courage against yours, it will shatter glass and break walls. I want to be so loud that my voice reaches the last person on this planet. I want you to hear me scream and roar like you've never heard me before. I am not just one thing, I am rage and warmth in a single body. I want you to know me like you've never known me before. I want to be the human version of the word beauty. I want to cancel your beauty standards. I'll ask you about your scars as you ask me about mine, and when we hold hands, the butterflies in my stomach will be out in the open. It'll be like paradise. I write poetry and stick it on each and every wall. I want to be beautiful. My boldness is beautiful. My bleeding lip is beautiful. The bun in my hair, it's not cute or messy, it's beautiful. And I'll tell you, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful until I hear my own voice in the crowd. It will walk up to me and whisper in my ear, you are beautiful. I want to wear a halo on my head, glowing and shining like the goddess herself. And if you try reaching it, your fingers will burn in the fire of my rage. You cannot take what's mine away from me. I want to be smart and sexy. And when I do, this is how it will be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you sure this was your first time? It didn't look like. So thank you so much. That was an amazing, amazing piece. Felt very nice listening to it, yeah? Felt very nice listening to it. Thank you so much. Guys, we're live streaming what's happening right now, what has happened right now so far, and what is going to happen in the next 1.5 hours is live streamed on our YouTube channel. If you didn't know, we have a YouTube channel. It's called the Habitat Studios. Go like, share, subscribe. It'll be live streamed there. You can take the link from this show after it gets over, and then if you want to utilize it for your post, reel, just give credit. I think it's very important because a lot of people don't. And that's another sad story that I don't want to get into. It's so weird, right? Like, we click someone's photo and then we have to be like, hi, like, do you remember like that day I had a camera on my hand and I pointed it towards you and I clicked it. It sounds so weird also to ask for it. Like, it sounds very weird to ask for it. This is like money, dude. You give money to someone, you can't ask. It's like, it's my money, I want it back, but how do I ask you about my money? It's so weird. Okay, so yeah, please do that. Photos, you will get it in your DM on Instagram from Habitat a couple of days from now. Give us 3, 4, 5 maybe. Give us time, basically. Dude, I've had a guy, I'm telling you, I've had a guy who's called me randomly, okay, and I'm a freelancer, so I get excited when I get unknown calls because I'm like, it's work, because that's how it works. So then I pick up, and this person, without saying anything at all, okay, without introducing himself, not giving me names, just being like, hi bro, where are my photos from the poetry open mic? I'm like, who are you, dude? Like, why? I don't understand this. I was like, how do you get my number from? Where is this? How is this? Is there a group where people are like, oh, ask for photos on this number? I don't know. So you'll get it. You'll click Devon's photo, you'll get it. Okay, so thank you so much. Next person is a first-time performer. Little more. Can we please have Niharika? Keep clapping, Kashi.
हेलो सो 2-3 साल बाद स्टेज पर आ रही हूँ, धक हो रहा है, सो बेयर विद मी. थोड़ा सा कॉन्टेक्स्ट देती हूँ. आई एम फ्रॉम यूपी. वहाँ का सीन ऐसा है, मेरी एज तक आते आते एक ही एम होता है, शादी शादी शादी. दैट्स ऑल दैट मैटर्स. फैमिली के लिए, सबके लिए. दुनिया तो इसके लिए मैंने ये छोटा सा लिखा था कि बाजार में खड़े होकर हम बेधड़क चीखते चिल्लाते हैं, पर जब घर की बात आती है तो मुंह पर ताले लग जाते हैं. कुछ नहीं बोला जाता उनके सामने. तो रैंडमली बेटा शादी कब करनी है, कैसा है, घर वाले चुप हो जाएंगे तो बाहर वाले इसी के बारे में बात करेंगे. सो सबके दिमाग में सिर्फ ये चलता है. तो एक दिन मैं ऐसी बैठी थी, इमेजिन बैठे रैंडम थॉट्स आ रहे थे, तो मैंने ऐसे ही इमेजिन किया, अच्छा ठीक है, इमेजिन करती हूँ कि चलो मैं शादी के लिए डिसाइड करती हूँ कब भी जाके, तो मेरे सामने जो भी बैठा है मैं उससे क्या बात करूँगी, मेरे क्या टर्म्स होंगे, मैं कैसे उसको क्लियर करूँगी, देख ये मेरी लाइफ है, ये मैं चाहती हूँ, तू देख ले क्या करना है. सो हियर इट गोज. होपफुली समझ में आएगा, बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बट या. ममता बहुत है पर मुझे माँ नहीं बनना. लॉकडाउन में अपने सिबलिंग्स के बच्चों को मैंने बहुत संभाला है. प्रॉपर मेरे को बेबी सिटिंग आती है, सब कुछ करना आता है. तो ममता बहुत है पर मुझे माँ नहीं बनना. घर की शोभा या तुम्हारा ताज नहीं बनना. अर्धांगिनी नहीं मैं पूरी रहूंगी. हर एक कदम पर मैं जरूरी रहूंगी. अब घर वालों को लगता है मैं वियर्ड हूँ, थोड़ी सी स्ट्रेंज हूँ, पता नहीं क्या हरकतें करती रहती हूँ. तो वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ, वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ. अलग होता है क्या, जरा ये समझाना. बड़ों का है आदर पर रस्मों पर बहस है. बड़ों का है आदर पर रस्मों पर बहस है. बहुत पूजा पाठ होती है, बहुत रिचुअल्स होते हैं, बट व्हाट आई बिलीव कि पूजा के चक्कर में औरतों को सिर्फ बांध के रखते हैं, उन्हें बिजी रखते हैं ताकि वो क्वेश्चंस ना उठाएं. तो बड़ों का है आदर पर रस्मों पर बहस है. पीढ़ियों से ये पिसती रही, आता इस बात पर तरस है. कभी तुम संगी कभी सहारा बन जाना. कभी तुम संगी कभी सहारा बन जाना. भूल कर भी कभी मुझे अंतर ना दर्शाना. हम अपनी बनाई सड़क पर दो राही से चलेंगे. हम अपनी बनाई सड़क पर दो राही से चलेंगे. बेशक हर मोड़ पर रोड़े और कांटे मिलेंगे. अब अपने टर्म्स पे चलना है. प्रॉब्लम्स भी होंगी, उतार चढ़ाव आएंगे, फाइट्स भी होंगी, बहुत कुछ होगा, लेकिन डील कर लेंगे, अपने हिसाब से चलेंगे. कभी बनूं मैं तेरी ढाल, कभी बनूं मैं तेरी ढाल. कभी तुम रक्षक बन जाना, इंद्रधनुषी रंगों से तुम बिल्कुल ना घबराना। प्राइड वाले हैं यार, अब प्राउडली जीना चाहते हैं। वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ, वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ, अलग होता है क्या जरा ये समझाना। हमारे तरफ ना लड़कियों को देवी बोलते हैं, कुछ भी पूजा होती है सब बड़े लोग आके, दादी आके मेरे पैर छूते हैं। देवी बोल दो, उसके बाद में ट्रीट कैसे करते हैं वो अलग है। और अगर इस पे क्वेश्चन करो तो आप मुंहफट हो, आप वियर्ड हो, जो भी। कभी मुझे ये देवी बोलते कहते, कभी मुझे ये देवी बोले, कभी कहे बड़ी मुंहफट है। लीग से जरा हट जाऊं, सबके लिए बड़ी आफत है। लेट्स कीप द लेबल्स असाइड, अपने हिसाब से जीते ना प्लीज, बहुत हो गया बंद के जीना। कभी मुझे ये देवी बोले, कभी कहे बड़ी मुंहफट है। लीग से जरा हट जाऊं, सबके लिए बड़ी आफत है। परिभाषा के चंगुल में तुम, परिभाषा के चंगुल में तुम मुस्कुरा कर सेंध लगाना। चाहे जैसा भी हो अंबर, नीला गुलाबी सब भर जाना। वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ, वो कहते हैं मैं अलग हूँ, अलग होता है क्या जरा ये समझाना। देखिए सिंपल सी बात है, लिहाज बहुत है, बहुत अपने आप को बांध के रखते हैं। तो उसके लिए लिखा था कि लिहाज की दुशाले बहुत मोटी थी शायद, लिहाज की दुशाले बहुत मोटी थी शायद, जाने कितनी रुबाइयाँ होठों पे आकर रह गई। लेकिन आज लिहाज एक तरफ, सोचा बोलती हूँ, एक्सप्रेस करती हूँ। थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग।
Thank you so much. Again, first time, it's crazy, all of you who did it on the first time. Mad job. Yeah. Do you know how there are so many reality shows? We should have a reality show called Mujhe Shaadi Nahi Karni. And then you can have so many rounds where you prove that you're not eligible to actually be with someone else. You're happy by yourself. I think it's a great game. We should develop it. Yeah. Okay, so we were in 12th grade. I met my friends. I went back home to Bangalore 2 weeks back. I met my friends from 12th standard to realize that it's been 10 years since we were in 12th, which is a very big thing. I don't know how you guys feel about your own age. Time is running. Different topic. So, very different topic. It's okay. That I'll talk to my therapist about. This you guys listen to. So, we had this stats teacher, okay? Statistics teacher. I won't give his real name, but I'll just give a part of his name. We'll just call him John the Second, okay? He had one more name to it. I won't give that. John the Second was our statistics teacher, okay? To describe to you, he was like a very lean, little tall Babu Rao. Okay? I swear to God. He spoke like him, he acted like him. And now imagine someone like this teaching 80 boys who are just hitting every peak possible in life. Okay? So he was not able to take care of the class. And people would take him for a ride. Every single time he would come to class, people would take him for a ride. And he was with us for 2 years. He thought, he had hope. He was a nice guy. He's like, kuch to hoga 2 saal mein inke saath. Bechara, he didn't know what he was getting into. So, and neither were we, dude. Like, I don't think we had any kind of understanding of how important this is. We are like, हाँ ठीक है, मॉल कॉलेज मिल गया admission, कर लेंगे हम लोग. And stats, we all got good marks. I don't know if we were good or was he not correcting right. We all got good marks in statistics, so we were even more confident कि भाई क्या ये मतलब कर लेगा. So people would keep teasing him and like pulling his leg and doing that, and he would start shouting. Now, in most cases, if someone's shouting at you, you get serious or you become quiet. This person, you always wanted to laugh every time he starts shouting at you. So it's very difficult to keep a straight face because he's just like ranting, and you're just like, हाँ ठीक है, okay, can I sit down now? Like even if you make someone stand, people are just waiting कि हाँ तो बोल ले, मैं बैठ जाता हूँ बस, इससे ज़्यादा कुछ होने नहीं वाला है. Because he would not take action. He would only keep telling मैं लेके जाऊँगा principal के पास, ये करूँगा, वो करूँगा, कुछ नहीं किया उसने. So people would take him for a ride. Now in 12th grade, this is 11th grade, 12th grade, it got even more worse because there were security cameras and these students were still finding ways to like fuck the class up. and they were managing successfully. No one caught them. So they were pulling pranks, doing things one after the other. We had some teachers who we all were genuinely scared of. So we were like, इनके साथ कुछ नहीं. ये पूरा इनका भी इनका भी energy, frustration redirect करके इनको देंगे. So all of our frustration went towards him, in that sense. And he one day he comes to class, and again, as usual, we don't know what mood he was in. Frankly, nobody cared what mood he came in. We were like, हमको मजे लूटने, हम मजे लूटेंगे. तो हम कर रहे हैं अपना, ठीक है. Some kids are yelling his name from the corner, some are pulling his leg, some are going not listening to him, things like that. Now, as usually, start shouting. We were like, ठीक है यार, he'll shout. It's a normal thing. He'll shout. He'll be quiet. Then he's one of those people. He'll shout, and after a while, he's like, क्यों करते हो ये सब? Like, just let me be, like you do your thing, I'll do my thing. And students are like, मजा नहीं आ रहा उसमें, but उसमें क्या मजा है फिर? Then you only have fun. We are just sitting and listening to you. I don't want to do that. So he would keep doing this, but at this point, he was just going more peak, okay? He was going more peak. And now we all still don't realize something's happening. He reached a tipping point, and he cried in class. Okay? Crying and boys' college don't go hand in hand. It's culturally imbibed for you to like. I remember crying and my friends being like, रो क्या रहा है? And I'm like, रो क्या रहा है मतलब क्या होता है? Like, you रो सकते हैं यार ऐसे. I'm like, you're also free to cry. Like, you don't have to restrict it and keep it within you. So he cried. And 80 students, maybe I thought, that'll be the moment. They didn't have any empathy. They were just still doing their own thing. And this guy's crying, thoda ro liya wo. And he's slowly, like he's standing, he's crying, slowly he's gone and sat down. He's just there. And he's very frustrated. Still no one took him seriously. And this time he's like, I'm going to the father's office. We all are like, Abe hamesha ka hai, go. So he went. Usually he would only come back after a while and be like, मैं देख लूँगा तुम लोग को. Or fail you in exams and shit like that. He never came. The office boy came from the father's office. And he took 12 of us. And I was in the 12 of us who were asked to come to the police board, to the principal's cabin. It seemed like that. Like father's cabin. Even, okay, so my father was this person he was strict, he was firm, but he had a very faint voice. And I don't know about you, but psychologically, you can't take, like, if someone at authority has a faint voice, for some reason, you can't take them so seriously. So we always like, हाँ, father है, ठीक है, उसको sorry बोल के मना लेंगे, ठीक है. We've never seen him angry. So when that day is like, what, boys, why are you doing all this? Like you made him cry. Is this the way? Okay, well, we'll have to call your parents and all of that jazz. So some students were there who really were worried. So they're like, नहीं sir, father ये मत करो. 2-3 other students are like, don't give a fuck. They're like, हाँ sir, कर लो, क्या है? अभी रोज का जाता है phone. Parents को पता भी क्या करता हूँ मैं college में. Might as well just call them. तो ये सब चल रहा है, ठीक है. And John is also there. He's also like almost like crying. The father is also, father, what will the father do, dude? It's not in his FAQs where he's like, if a teacher comes running to your office crying, what the fuck do you do with the students? And all dhamki they used to keep giving us, we'll throw you out. We're like, ठीक है देख लेंगे. वो हुआ नहीं. So finally he was like, okay, all of you go meet the vice principal, because I have a life and he'll deal with all of this. So we went to the vice principal. Vice principal is another guy. He is a physics professor. I did commerce, so we never interacted ever. But he seemed really firm, or like he seemed like he's in command, and he had that kind of voice also. So like we all were like, oh man, this guy can mess things up. And he seemed like he doesn't care. He has no emotions to offer to any students. So he started asking us, क्या हुआ, कैसे किया, all of that. And he was not even asking us like अच्छा क्या हुआ, अच्छा you made him cry, or he did this. No. He's like, what did you do? And if someone starts answering, he's like, yeah, you're at fault. And he's like, sir, I'm trying to explain. He's like, नहीं तू ही है, तुम सभी हो. And I was the least. Like, I just started talking in life, dude. I just started talking in life at like age 17. And they just put me in because they were like, you talk a lot. And when I was younger, my voice was louder. So if I would whisper, it would reach the corner of the room because I was so loud. And I didn't realize how loud I was. So people would always catch me saying, "तू बात कर." And I'm like, "पता कैसे चल रहा है इनको?" So now that I think of it, so we're gone. We're told to stand outside the vice principal's office in line. Okay, 12 of us, 13 of us, and lunch. This is 2 hours before lunch. So lunch came. We thought, obviously, यार क्या ही कर लेंगे? lunch में छोड़ देंगे हमको. So vice principal came out and all students are running around eating food, and he came and he's like, no food, no water, you guys will just stand like this for however long. He went back in. People like, क्या ही होगा, 3 घंटे और है. He'll tell us to go home after 4 o'clock. Right? Nothing's gonna happen. So 2 hours after everyone goes back to the class, lunch is over, whatever, we're all still standing there in the same place. Now a human being stood. We'll feel thirsty at some point. So I'm looking around, okay? So there are all my classmates, and there is this one classmate of mine. His name was Michael. One of the most nicest but the most mischievous person on earth. I have never met someone like him. I'm telling you, I've been in classrooms where these guys have gold standards of like how mischievous can you be. And this guy aced it. He was so good at all of this. And for some reason, like teachers would get angry at him, but they would also be like, "Arey Michael, aja." Like they'll be very nice. So Michael would fuck around with everyone, students, teachers, whatever. And if your day, it was your day, it was your day. But he would never demean you or insult you. He would just make fun of you. And you would also enjoy it because you're like, "Theek hai, yaar." Everyone knows Michael, yaar, theek hai. Who'll take him seriously? So Michael sat next to me. Michael doesn't give a fuck like about anything. His parents have seen everything. I've heard everything about him. He's like, "I don't care, dude. खड़ा क्या ठीक है चले जाऊंगा घर इसके बाद." And I'm just like standing there panicking, thinking about all the odd scenarios, and because of him, because he kept giving me this like ज्ञान साइड में, कह रहे चलेगा रुक, क्या हो जाएगा, क्या कर लेगा वो. I was like, हाँ रुक, क्या कर लेगा वो, ठीक है ना, हमने कुछ गलत तो नहीं किया. I mean we did, but like who has conscience when you're in like 12th grade? So finally we're trying to talk to each other, and in the very moment he's like, "Do you have water?" I said, "No, let me look around." So I'm looking at my bag, I'm looking around, I'm like, "Hey, you have water, you have water." I didn't realize the vice principal walked out of his cabin. He looked at us and he thought we were talking. Because obviously, if I look from here, if 2 people are facing each other, I'll be like, "Oh, you're talking." It's like that. So he saw us. He's like, "Idhar aao. Tum gaye." They're crossing each of our classmates. We're going. He tells me to wait. Then he calls Michael aage. Michael comes. Tells Michael, "Get down on your knees." So Michael gets down on his knees, okay? And then I'm just looking at Michael on his knees. The professor's there, and all of my classmates are here. It's an empty corridor. They're classrooms, but it's an empty corridor, okay? I hear and I just look up, okay? I was looking down, obviously. I look up, and he's been slapped once, okay? One more. And I'm just, now it's getting to me. Like, it's entered my body that, oh, fuck, this is real. I'm living this life. I'm right here. I'm right now. This guy's slapping this guy, dude. What the fuck's happening? One more, okay? And the last one. I thought that was the last one. And then, like, I had the courage to look up. And for some reason, I don't know, he looked around, he looked at me, he looked at Michael, and then, fucking जोर से दिया एक. And Michael almost fell off. Now I knew that he's not just called me to just look at him get slapped, but that I also will get slapped after this. And I'm just standing there like now thinking about all the scenarios. So I'm like, Michael ने जो बोला खत्म अभी कुछ नहीं. This guy's slapping his face with 5 times. और Michael को फिर भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता. He's been hit, he's been slapped, whatever. He's just like, whatever. But the 5th slap was like the hard one because he like fell and it seemed like his face, he seemed like he was angry at that point. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude, this is getting serious. And then I'll come and tell you what happens. Cool? Okay. Next person. Start clapping. Little more. Can we please have Nazia? All the way from the second row, guys. Keep clapping. Yeah. Little more. 10 more seconds. 3 more seconds.
Hello everyone, my name is Nazia and I have used very high metaphors for my poetry. So my poetry is on my toxic friendship that I faced. And so if you all faced, you all can relate it. And if you have not faced, you are very lucky. So the poetry title is The Night I Was Murdered. They left me all alone to weaken me. Little did they know, in my loneliness, I'll find my biggest strength. They made sure it rains on my parade. Little did they know I'll rise as thunder. They all killed me that day. One chained my soul, one stabbed my heart, one whipped my existence. Those people call themselves angel. Trust me when I tell you, I've seen devil disguised as angel. Trust me, this naked, naive eyes, they couldn't catch the lies. My innocence believed in everything they said. Being aware of being a victim of manipulation that led me to my own destruction. I don't blame them. I blame my own self for seeing others the way I am. People are not black and white, they are grey. It is what everyone would say. I don't know if I was colorblind or I was simply blind. To not realize my own murder was about to take place. Well, me being me was just about the chase. Oh, it wasn't a hit and run murder case. I ran from my own graveyard after being buried. I was sure alive, but I was breathless. I felt homeless. Those people were my homies. But all these years, I was just an outsider. Maybe I didn't speak their language. Maybe love is my language. They tied ropes around me. They had me held bound. They convinced me I had no one, so I didn't even look around. They convinced me I was nothing but their pet. I had my voice, but for them, it was just a dog's bark. That night I was dead. The people who were supposed to be my life, they took my life. I didn't get any justice. They roam freely. Their hands still have blood of my murder. I don't even know if their conscience even pricks them. But my existence will haunt them. Little did they know, I'll be born again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a very powerful piece. Can we have another applause for her, please? It's exciting to be around artists and writers. I feel like, we could all sit in the same room and do a writing exercise about the same thing, and it'll still be so different. And I think that's what's exciting about being around artists or just performers. I think it adds so much value to it. So please continue doing what you're doing. I think it matters. And there'll be a lot of days where you feel like it won't matter. Just believe that it will get through and you will be on this. Because I feel like we're all in the same boat. Maybe different water, different feels of how the water feels on the boat, but we're all in the same boat. So reach out to another artist and they will literally tell you that this is exactly the thought I had, and people have their own ways of getting out of it. So, yeah, cool. Thank you. Before we continue, how many of you are just audience members? Here you can raise your hand. How many of you are just audience members, okay? Can we all clap for them? A little more loudly. Come. See, dude, we all have a purpose today, okay? For audience, also has a purpose, but I'm saying like we have an intent ke you want to go perform. For audience, it's like they're coming and listening, and I mean, without you guys, we are nothing. We can keep doing this all day, all night with each other, but like the audience part is so important. Okay, cool. I'll call the next person. I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm happy that he's here. And you will hear for yourselves for what he has to say, because I really like his work. So you know what to do. You know what to do. A little more. Can we please have Parth? All the way from the back, guys. Keep clapping till he comes on stage.
Thank you so much, Harsh. शहर बदल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, शहर बदल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, सूरज ढल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, सुकून के 4 लम्हों को गम निगल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, राख ही राख है सीने में, राख ही राख है सीने में, दिल जल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, एक नदी के सिरहाने बैठे बैठे, एक नदी के सिरहाने बैठे बैठे, चांद गल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, एक शायर बचा था मेरे अंदर, एक शायर बचा था मेरे अंदर, वो भी निकल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, एक शायर बचा था मेरे अंदर, वो भी निकल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, तुम थे ख्वाब की मानिंद मगर, तुम थे ख्वाब की मानिंद मगर, रह रहा ए हमराही हम सफ़र, कोई ख्वाब कुचल गया है तुम्हारे बाद, शहर बदल गया है तुम्हारे बाद. Thank you. There are some really old pieces, but since This is a very new audience, so I'll say these are very new pieces. I just wrote them an hour ago. It's very, very new. We've become so carefree about things, right? We don't really care anymore, like about a lot of things. So this is around that. कोई आए जाए हमको क्या मतलब, कोई आए जाए हमको क्या मतलब, क्यों रोके समझाए हमको क्या मतलब, कोई आए जाए हमको क्या मतलब, क्यों रोके समझाए हमको क्या मतलब, चंद दिए जो शहर को रोशन करते थे, चंद दिए जो शहर को रोशन करते थे, खुद ही शहर जलाए हमको क्या मतलब, चंद दिए जो शहर को रोशन करते थे, खुद ही शहर जलाए हमको क्या मतलब, हमने दिल को रखा अक्ल के पहलू में, हमने दिल को रखा अक्ल के पहलू में, किसको कौन बचाए हमको क्या मतलब. थैंक यू. एक छोटा सा पीस और, दो छोटे से पीसेस और मुझको मेरे हाल के हवाले रहने दो, दिल में शिकस्त पाँव में छाले रहने दो, मुझको मेरे हाल के हवाले रहने दो, दिल में शिकस्त पाँव में छाले रहने दो, लाश हुए है जब से शोर नहीं करते, लाश हुए है जब से शोर नहीं करते, आंखों से सपने कौन निकाले रहने दो, लाश हुए है जब से शोर नहीं करते, आंखों से सपने कौन निकाले रहने दो, लम्हे बातें रिश्ते इश्क और उम्मीदें, लम्हे बातें रिश्ते इश्क और उम्मीदें, इतनी सारी चीज़ें कौन संभाले रहने दो, मुझको मेरे हाल के हवाले रहने दो. थैंक यू. जस्ट अ लास्ट स्मॉल पीस. घर लौट कर आए हैं घर जाने वाले, घर लौट कर आए हैं घर जाने वाले, शहर की तन्हा गलियों से डर जाने वाले, अपने नज़रिए की बड़ी वकालत करते हैं, अपने नज़रिए की बड़ी वकालत करते हैं, खुद अपनी नज़रों से उतर जाने वाले, अपने नज़रिए की बड़ी वकालत करते हैं, खुद अपनी नज़रों से उतर जाने वाले, हाले ज़िंदगी तेरे बाद भी ठीक है, हाले ज़िंदगी तेरे बाद भी ठीक है, हम नहीं तेरी याद में मर जाने वाले, हाले ज़िंदगी भी तेरे बाद भी ठीक है, हम नहीं तेरी याद में मर जाने वाले, आने जाने वालों की खातिर खूब होगी, वी काइंड ऑफ वैल्यू टेम्पररी पीपल अ लॉट, आने जाने वालों की खातिर खूब होगी, पागल दिखाई पड़ते हैं ठहर जाने वाले, आने जाने वालों की खातिर खूब होगी, पागल दिखाई पड़ते हैं ठहर जाने वाले, और दिलासा न देना कि फिर मुलाकात होगी, दिलासा न देना कि फिर मुलाकात होगी, गांव लौटते नहीं शहर जाने वाले. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Parth. It's been a while. It's always a pleasure listening to you. Can we please have a round of applause for that? So, he was on the ground. The vice principal was standing here. My classmates are here. Okay. Now, before we continue, I want you guys to do a small, I need help from you guys, okay? When I say 1, 2, 3, I want all of us to sync our clap into one, okay? We'll do that 3 times, okay? You know now why already I've given it away, but like, cool, we'll practice once. 1, 2, 3. Great. That's it, okay? So now, he's like, okay, same. And I'm already terrified. I'm all like shit. And the last time I must have got slapped was in school. Like, it was normal then. But I feel like after so many years, suddenly if someone slaps you, it's like shakes your head. So then I'm there, okay? I'm there. I'm looking at this person. I know what's going to happen next. And I can't predict. I can't say what he's going to do, how he's going to do it. But I know it's going to happen, okay? And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. Ouch. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. Bus, please. That's what. I was just like, bus, sir, bus, please. And then he raised his hand and I was like, please. So 3 times I got slapped at that point. And it really shakes your head up. I think when you, even now as an adult, if someone just slaps you for like 2 seconds, you're just like, what? What just happened? Like, it's so weird. So this happened and I'm also on the ground now. And then he's like, you both will be on your knees for a while and the others will be standing. And he leaves. and I'm just there. And now, Bangalore's gotten hotter now, but Bangalore's been cool. But my face was burning, like it was burning, and I could feel it. And now there is fear inside me, there is anger inside me. Like I have so many emotions, and I I feel like now I have balance in emotions. Earlier I was extremely sensitive. It was either this or that. So now I got slapped. So my next best instinct was to cry because I was like, I don't know how to deal with this situation. What do I do? Cry. So I'm trying to cry. I'm crying whatever. Again, boys' college, crying. Then the vice principal comes out. He's like, okay, well, if you go down to the library, write a letter saying that you've done this shit and you own up to it. And if this happens again, and if your name comes, you will be out of the college. This is 12th grade. Board exams. Big deal. And now, like, kids, the students also, like, in दोनों को लग गया है. We don't want to get hit. So we'll just write a letter quietly. चुपचाप जाके बैठ जाएंगे. We have 2-3 months in the college, don't want to ruin it. So people are writing letter. And now we all have to write essentially the same letter, except our name is going to be changed. So now we're all sitting in a circle and I'm just crying and I'm just like, dear sir, I am in charge of this shit. And like things like that. And deep down I'm so angry because I'm like, this can't. And the only thing that comes to my head at that point was that I read a newspaper article which said that teachers, cannot raise their hands as students. So I was like, I'm waiting to get back at you. I was trying to write, okay, and I'm crying, and I'm like, I can't do this. So finally, then ek karke he was calling us inside the office, and I was getting letter, and he thoda dhamki de raha tha ki you've written the letter, I have the proof. So next time you do something, I'm going to like make sure you're out of the college. So ek karke ja raha hai. Now when I went in, it was him, and it was my accounts teacher. Now accounts teacher is a very nice, wonderful, amazing teacher, okay? She was a really, really fun person to be around, and she knew how to like hold an audience, hold a crowd of 80 people to her attention. And when I saw her, like, because she was so nice, and she's been so nice, I broke down even more, because I saw her and I'm just like, I can't do this. And she's looking at me, and she's just like, oh, why are you crying? And I'm there, okay? I'm in this middle spot now. The vice principal is here, the teacher is here. She's telling me, why are you crying? And I really wanted to tell her, because this guy hit me, but I couldn't. Because I was like, ये उठ के वापस मार देगा. Vice principal, इसको क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So I'm like, I'll just be quiet. I'm trying to cry. And she thinks I'm crying because I'm going to leave college. She's like, don't worry, you're not going to leave college. And I'm just like, not even worried about that. He just slapped me, so I'm just crying right now. She's like, it's okay, it's going to get better and all. So whatever, I gave the letter. I was crying. And now the problem is, I wanted a dramatic exit from the college to go home, okay? Because I'm like, what is this bullshit? Now, from my college, you have to take a lane, which is like 800 meters, and then take another right. You long lane, and then take another right to go somewhere. And that was too long, dude, for me to keep that dramatic expression for that long. So till I reached the bus stop, I'm like, fuck, man, this is a really bad day. Like, I don't know what happened. I had introspection throughout the whole journey. So I reached home, and as usual, my mom's like trying to talk to me about how college was, and I'm just dismissing. I'm like, whatever, okay. And she's like, aisa kya ho gaya? I'm like, this is my moment. This is my moment to shine. It seemed like I'm in school again and my parents are going to protect me and I just need to complain to them about what has happened to me. So then I started telling my mom, ऐसे मैं dismissive बोल दिया कि हाँ यार वो ऐसे मैंने पता नहीं क्यों हमको खड़ा कर दिया vice principal के office के बाहर for no reason, wasted our time, didn't let us have lunch. I was throwing all the points that my mom could catch and feel bad about that इसका कुछ करना पड़ेगा. And I'm like, he slapped us like this. And then I was in off mood, तो मैं जाके room में लेट गया. Then my dad came later at night, and he was, I don't know, very enthusiastic mood that day he was. So he tried talking to me. I'm also dismissed it off. So he went out of the room. He's asking my mom क्या हुआ इसको. So mom is trying to explain कि इसको पता नहीं college में कुछ हुआ था तो इसको मार दिया ये सब हो गया. So dad came into the room again and he's like, what happened? So again in like a very faint voice, I was like, we didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why he slapped us, and I was literally asking for water. In that moment, I was asking for water. मेरे को पानी चाहिए था. So he's like, he slapped for all of this and all. Okay, dad just said, okay, fine. Then he went outside, and I could hear from outside. I was still on my bed. And like when I came home also, I came home like it was a Bollywood movie. I came and lied down my bed, put my hand on the pillow, just like crying, like someone left me, and a Bollywood song sequence is going to start. So I'm just on my bed in the same position. I can hear my dad outside talking to someone, and I couldn't hear clearly. Then slowly, like his voice got a little more coherent. So he was just like he was talking to a news channel. And obviously, randomly, my dad won't come back from work and be like, let's call a news channel and be like, hey, are you available tomorrow? We need to go somewhere. And as soon as I heard that, little hope in me came. Like, हाँ कुछ हो रहा है, कुछ बन रहा है, ठीक है, मजा आएगा. So I forgot what happened and I was like, fuck, drama, मजा आएगा कल. So I go out and I'm telling dad what happened. And he's like, And my dad in general is a very balanced person. He will never always be like, हाँ तेरा गलती था, तेरे को थप्पड़ लग गया, अच्छी बात है. He would be like, you tell me what happened. I will, according to my own life, whatever, I'll decide if this is right or wrong. And if you are wrong, you are wrong. You can't do anything. So I told him everything. And he's like, so we'll have to call the press, right? And I'm like, we have to. And he's like, yeah, because they have done this, right? You're not allowed to do it. And I'm like, yeah, you're not allowed to do it. So we should do this. And then he's like, okay, I've spoken to a couple of them. One of them is going to respond. They're going to come tomorrow. So I'm coming to college tomorrow. And like, I didn't register all of this. It happened too sudden. Looks like the slap, this happened too sudden. So I was like, I don't know. Okay, you're coming to college tomorrow. Okay, fine, great. And I slept well. I had one of the best sleeps of all times because I was like, tomorrow I'm going to come with the newspaper article and fuck your life up. Okay, cool. I'll call the next person. And then we'll get back to this. Okay? Can please have Akshada. All the way from the back, guys. Keep clapping till she comes on stage.
Hi guys. So I relate a lot to the depression and the anxiety poems that were said out loud this afternoon. So as someone with anxiety would know that it's often hard to escape our own head. And for the longest time I made friends and they couldn't handle me. Like to show up every time it's hard. And I got lucky enough in life that I found a friend who actually held my hand through stuff and has texted me back. And I don't know if anybody understands, a person texting back is the biggest relief because in your head they've left you. But they text back and they're like, no, I'm still here. So this one is for my best friend. We didn't really like each other, but I can't live without her now. So this one's called Udhari Ki Zindagi. भारी मन के बोझ तले मरने की कगार पर एक तिनके की खोज में हाथ बढ़ाया था. बस कोई मन की बात सुन ले, इससे ज़्यादा कोई उम्मीद नहीं थी, क्योंकि तुमसे पहले हर एक इंसान ने रोने से रोका था. धीरे धीरे मेरा गला घोटा था. मगर तुम पहली थी जिसने जुड़ने की गुजारिश नहीं करी, बस पूरी तरह टूटने की इजाज़त दी. तुमने मन के दरवाज़ों पर जो जाले लगे हुए थे उनको हटाया, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता मेरे दिल की हर खिड़की को भी खुलवाया. दिल के टुकड़ों को मेरे साथ ज़मीन पर खोजा और एक एक कर खुद को जोड़ने की राह भी दिखलाई तुमने. तुम्हारा प्यार ऐसा था जो डुबाए नहीं संभाले. तुम्हारा प्यार ऐसा था जो डुबाए नहीं संभाले और ऐसा प्यार करने की सीख भी सिखला दी तुमने. 100 मील तो मैं चल लूँगी, पर तुम पहला कदम रखने की हिम्मत हो. और फिर भी अगर कभी कदम लड़खड़ाए तो तुम पीछे संभालने खड़ी थी. जब कभी खुद को बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाती थी, जब कभी भी खुद को बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाती थी, तो तुमने मेरी हर गलती को अपने दिल की छाव में मुझसे ही छुपाया है. झरने सी बहती एक लड़की में तुम झील का ठहराव लाई हो. मेरी खोई हुई आवाज़ ढूंढकर मेरे पास लाई हो तुम. तुम्हारा प्यार मेरे लिए रूहानियत की नब्ज़ है, क्योंकि तुमने ज़िंदगी से हारी एक लड़की को फिर लड़ने की हिम्मत दिखाई है. उधारी की ज़िंदगी है मेरी, कर्जा कैसे चुकाऊंगी इस प्यार का, सूद भरते भरते ही ज़िंदगी निकल जाएगी. That was the first piece. How much time do I have, Harsh?
You have a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this piece, which is a little fun piece. This was also a little gratitude that I showed. But this one is, it's not what I write about usually, but this one is about bras, which are very controversial in our society. And unfortunately, I have a lot of opinions about them, and so I'm just gonna say a short piece about that. Bras are so controversial. An option for you maybe, but for me it's a necessity. Most women hate bras because they're uncomfortable. But I'm rather gifted, you see. More like cursed according to me. They're made for people I date, or maybe the babies I will make, for others to enjoy, but a burden for me to take. I'm often slouched over in pain. I feel like my back hurts in vain. Your breasts are nothing but a sack of fat supported by just skin. Bras may be an option for you, but it's a necessity for me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we please have another round of applause for her? Cool. Next person. I'll complete the story before you go home. It's fine. Don't. Some of you look like what? That's okay. That's it. Cool. Okay. Next person. Next person. Yeah. Little more. Can we please have Ishani? All the way from the last row, guys. Keep clapping as she comes on stage. Amazing audience. Great. Fantastic.
नमस्ते, आशा है आप सभी स्वस्थ और मस्त हैं। मेरा नाम ईशानी शुक्ला है और कुछ समय पहले से लिखना शुरू किया है। अभी सीख रही हूँ, कोशिश करती हूँ। आशा करती हूँ आप सभी मेरी कविताओं से जुड़ पाएँ, क्योंकि पसंद तो वैसे भी सबकी आए दिन बदलती रहती है। तो अपनी एक शायरी से शुरू करती हूँ कि तुम खुद को वहाँ पाओगे जहाँ किसी और को महसूस नहीं कर पाओगे। तुम खुद को वहाँ पाओगे जहाँ किसी और को महसूस नहीं कर पाओगे। तुम खुद में एक बार खो कर तो देखो, कि तुम खुद में एक बार खो कर तो देखो, तुम किसी और को पाना ही नहीं चाहोगे। और महफिलों की बातें क्यों करते हो ए यार, और महफिलों की बातें क्यों करते हो ए यार, तन्हाइयों में भी कभी जी कर तो देखो। और महफिलों की बातें क्यों करते हो ए यार, तन्हाइयों में भी कभी जी कर तो देखो। मिल जाते हैं जवाब अक्सर कई सवालों के, मिल जाते हैं जवाब अक्सर कई सवालों के। एक बार तसल्ली से खुद को अपना कर तो देखो। शुक्रिया। कुछ कविताएं जो हैं मैंने लिखी हैं छोटी छोटी, वो पढ़ती हूँ। नाम है, शीर्षक है मैं और मेरा। कि रूप रंग का पहन के चोला घूमे दर दर तू तो, रूप रंग का पहन के चोला घूमे दर दर तू तो। एक नज़र डाल तू खुद पे झाँक अपने भीतर को, कि एक नज़र डाल तू खुद पर झाँक अपने भीतर को। यही है काशी यही है मक्का, खुद को देगा कितना धक्का। कि यही है काशी यही है मक्का, खुद को देगा कितना धक्का। भाग रहा तू जिसके पीछे वो तुझको तुझसे ही खींचे, कि भाग रहा तू जिसके पीछे वो तुझको तुझसे ही खींचे। देखे सबको अपनी नज़र से, देखे सबको अपनी नज़र से, नज़र छुपाए क्यों फिर खुद से। कि तू देखे सबको अपनी नज़र से, नज़र छुपाए क्यों फिर खुद से। और न्याय तू करता दुनिया भर का, न्याय तू करता दुनिया भर का। कहाँ खड़ा है न्यायाधीश तेरा, कि कहाँ खड़ा है न्यायाधीश तेरा। न्यायाधीश मतलब जो आपका न्याय करता हो, जज। या कि न्याय तू करता दुनिया भर का, कहाँ खड़ा है न्यायाधीश तेरा। और मेरा मेरा, हम कहते हैं ना, मेरा घर, मेरा परिवार, मेरा धन, मेरा दौलत, मेरा सब कुछ, मेरा वर्चस्व। तो ठीक है, मेरा मेरा चल जा सब कुछ तेरा, पर जान ले पहले कौन है तू और क्या है तेरा। कि कौन है तू और क्या है तेरा। प्रेम पे एक छोटी सी कविता लिखी है। प्रेम। पाने को तू प्रेम कहे कहूँ मैं उसको सौदा, कि पाने को तू प्रेम कहे कहूँ मैं उसको सौदा। बीत गया जीवन इसमें ही मिला न जो था खोजा, और मिल भी जाए जो ये, और मिल भी जाए जो ये, खो जाता तू तो डर में। अरे सुध बुध खो देता है तू इसके ही रक्षण में। मत कर ऐसा काम कोई बंध जाए तू जिसमें, कि मत कर ऐसा काम कोई बंध जाए तू जिसमें। अरे प्रेम तो तुझको मुक्त करे बांधे ना वो बंधन में। और जीना सीख प्रेम को, जीना सीख प्रेम को, पाके खो देगा क्षण भर में। सच्चा प्रेम होगा जो तो बस जाएगा तुझ में, तो बस जाएगा तुझ में। एक शेर यूं कि तुम्हारे टूट जाने पर अगर वो शख्स तुम्हें जोड़ने का आगाज ना करे, तुम्हारे टूट जाने पर वो शख्स अगर तुम्हें जोड़ने का आगाज ना करे, तो तुम उम्मीद कैसे करते हो कि वो मोहब्बत तुम्हें बर्बाद ना करे। कि वो मोहब्बत तुम्हें बर्बाद ना करे. How much time do I have? 30 seconds. Okay. ठीक है, एक और शायरी पढ़ के इजाज़त लेती हूँ कि कल की आस लगाए बैठे हैं, कल की आस लगाए बैठे हैं, न जाने कितने सपने सजाए बैठे हैं, कि हम कल की आस लगाए बैठे हैं, न जाने कितने सपने सजाए बैठे हैं, और वो कल जो आते ही बदल जाता है आज में, और वो कल जो आते ही बदल जाता है आज में, उस कल के लिए हम अपना सब कुछ गवाए बैठे हैं, उस कल के लिए हम अपना सब कुछ गवाए बैठे हैं.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. You can clap if you want to. She was already like, she was like this, she's like, okay, just wait. So I woke up next morning feeling so much energy that I've not felt before. On most days I'm like, मेरे को कॉलेज नहीं जाना है. On this day I was like, मेरे को जाना ही है. कुछ भी हो जाए आज तो बहुत मज़ा आएगा. तो आई वांट टू गो टू कॉलेज एंड डू दिस. सो आई मैं एकदम टच में रेडी हुआ. आई वाज लाइक आज तो जो मज़ा आएगा ना. तो आई गॉट फुल रेडी, वेंट टू कॉलेज. I'm acting all cool around the security guard and he's like, जाना कॉलेज में. क्योंकि तो टाइम पास कर रहा है. I have to see this every day. So many students. Just go. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, वो सब ठीक है, तू रुक ना आज. He's like, आज क्या है? I'm like, तू रुक. Then I went to class. Now I'm waiting in class, okay. Now, by now everyone knows in class, obviously everyone knows. All 80 boys know who got slapped, who cried, what happened, where did it go. So then I told some of my friends when I met them in the morning, because I was just very excited, dude. I was very excited. It was like the most eventful time of our lives. So I was telling my other friends, ki, this is happening today, and they were like, oh, cool, nice. And like, we didn't know that we seek drama, but like in real life. But we're like, as long as we are not affected by it, we just want to see something go up, something different, you know, what every day same. And the fact that you're challenging authority, and the authority that you don't like, is even more like exciting to challenge. So third period chal raha hai, third class chal raha hai. This guy comes, the office boy again, and he calls my name. So I get up and I'm like, this is it, I'm gonna go. And then he takes me to the principal's office. Now, this is my perspective from where I reach principal's office. My dad comes to college, comes with this one company, some news company, some big, I don't know, could be one of the names. So he came with that, came with a reporter and a cameraman, and they entered college. He went to the principal's office directly, the father's office directly, and they were sitting there. Now I was trying to ask the father's assistant, you know, like, can I go in? You know, I've come for this. Can I go in? She's like, nahi, busy hai, ye, wo hai, all of that jazz. My dad waited for a while calmly and patiently with them. And in that period, the reporter told my dad that I've given my number. If you send me an A, just an A, or any alphabet, just one alphabet, that'll be our cue to come inside. Like if they're treating you weirdly, you know, if something goes wrong inside, just message us and we will come in with our cameras rolling inside. Exciting, right? This looks like a sting operation suddenly. We're all sitting, suddenly camera enters. Isne mara meko! So we are inside. He's not allowing. So ye sab ho gaya. So my dad after a point loses patience because he's like, hey man, we've been waiting for a while and you guys are not treating us right. So he just entered the office. And the father was like, how can you come inside like this? You know, like, you can't just come in. You can't just sit here. My dad's like, we've been waiting for a while. There's an issue that needs to be done. He's like, yeah, everything has to go in structure. My dad's like, buddy, I've got press. And he's like, sit, what happened? Is everything okay? What happened? Why you sound so upset? Come and sit and talk to us. Which is so weird. So then my dad explains all of this to him. Ki ye kal hua hai. How can it happen? It's not right, all of that. So then father's like, okay, call your son. So then at that point, I was outside the office. I can see the reporter and this sitting. We've never interacted, but I knew that she was the one. But I didn't want to go and start talking to her because maybe I'll tell her the whole story, dude. And we would just do a coverage right there. So they call me in. So I go in. It's me, my dad, and the father. Very weird combination to see my dad and the father in the same room talking to each other. So I've entered the room. I'm standing. My dad's sitting. The father's sitting. They all look at me. They're like, kya hua? Tumhe recap kya pura? They were like, okay. Why didn't you come to me before? I'm like, what? Your vice principal was grilling us, that's why. We had to give letters where we are like, tum nikal doge college se, that's why. He's like, no, you should have come. Why all this? Why bring press and all? And I'm like, why not? So I didn't say anything to him, obviously. I was just like, yeah, father, yeah, I would have come, but you were not there, some shit like that. So then he calls the vice principal. So the vice principal comes in. Father recaps again, pura, ठीक है? कि punish हुआ था, this teacher cried, this is what happened, he slapped. And my dad said, yeah, they made the professor cry, that's not right, But you slapping is also not right. So it didn't work, it doesn't work like that. So the vice principal is standing there. And the father looks at the vice principal and says, did you slap any of them? The vice principal, okay, without blinking an eye, looks at me, looks at everyone around and said, no, father, I haven't slapped anyone. And I'm like, the fuck, bro? Like, what are you trying to say? There were 12 of us there, okay? And I was like, father, there were a lot of us. They saw you I was like, they saw him slap me. And this is so weird, okay? The vice principal looks at me and he's like, yeah, we can ask all 12 of them. I haven't slapped you. And I was like, oh, this is so scary, dude. I'm like, am I delusional? Like, did you fucking slap me yesterday? So I'm trying to have this conversation, okay? And I'm like, but I'm trying to prove कि भाई मेरे को हुआ ये. And my dad's also there getting confused. After a while, my dad's like, what is this? Like, is this a joke? Like, what are you trying to do? He slapped, we came here. You think it's a waste of time? Simply we're coming all this, we built this in our head and we come here. And the father's like, no, nothing like that. And he's looking at the vice principal. He's like, why are you doing all this? He's like, father, I didn't do anything. And I'm just getting so mad because I'm like, I can't. Like, these three are talking right now. I can't just be like, fucking liar. Like, you slapped us yesterday. I can get all 12 of them. And dude, it makes sense. He's a vice principal, right? He can give dhamki to those 12 kids and be like, if you say anything against me, I will Sorry, I had flashes of the government of our country. Okay. Shit, man. People can't hear a no. People need to know how to listen to a fucking no. He's like, nahi kya. After a point, the father is convincing the vice principal that maybe you did this and you should apologize for it. And it was so weird in my head because I'm like, what is going on, dude? Why can't you just believe my word or this or whatever? There's a बहुत confusion. My dad said, listen, just let's cut straight to the point, okay? I have a press waiting outside. You guys have done wrong. What do you want to do about it? Because I can call the press in. They've already told me this is the scene. If something goes up, I can call them in. Now, generally people are like, oh, don't do this and like, whatever, all that jazz. He looked at my dad and he said, see. And he said very indirectly. He's like, see. Now I'm telling you directly, but he said indirectly then. He's like, see, if you hurt our college, we might hurt your son. Like, it's the same battle, right? And my dad is like, what are you trying to say, dude? Are you giving us dhamki ki we have come here to do this and going to do this? He's like, nahi, college ka image kharab hoga and like, don't do this and all. We can resolve it between ourselves and stuff. Then he finally convinced the vice principal to apologize. And then he apologized to us. And literally that's it. That was the conversation that happened inside the office. Then we walk out and the news reporter is looking at my dad. My dad is like, no. She came to me. I was ready, dude. I was ready. I was like, tu chalu kar camera, ab bhi jate andar. Main karunga. Sab bol doga main kya ho gaya. But then I looked at my dad, looked around, and I was like, okay, I need to calm down. I'm just angry at this person. And then we walked out. So there was like a tunnel thing which walks through the parking of the college. So we're in that tunnel, my dad and I are walking. Suddenly, I feel a hand on my shoulder, okay? And I turn this side, it's the vice principal who's just there. And I'm like, why are you doing this, dude? Just take your hands off me. So it's me, my dad, and him. And he just comes, he gets his baritone voice out. And then he's like, sir, I really want to apologize to you. It must have hurt you to listen to this. So I'm really sorry. At that point, I still didn't know if he's admitting to a shit, if he's just saying sorry. Because it's a vague message. I can tell to anyone. I can just look at him and be like, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, I don't want to do this to you. Like it could be to anything. Then he looks at both of us and he's like, please apologize to your mother on my behalf. And both my dad and I are confused. They're like, what? So I looked at him and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I didn't have a mother while growing up. So I know the pain that a mother goes through when her son gets hit. And I'm like, so you do admit that you hit me? Like, that was the basis of all this. So again, I didn't say anything. I was just there. My dad's like, yeah, okay, but it's not right to like raise your hand. He's like, yeah, I can't. I couldn't control myself because like he did this and all. But I apologize. And they looked at me and he said, and next time anything you have, come to me. I'm like, I'm never going to come anywhere around you. Don't bother me. I don't want to be around you, dude. He's like, please, okay, don't forget to apologize to your mother. I was like, that's so weird. Imagine going home and telling my mom I'm sorry from my vice principal because he feels bad that I got hit. And that's it. The confrontation ended there. I really thought, I don't know if you guys felt, I really thought there could be more drama in this, okay? It didn't. But it was very simple. Yeah, it was a very simple conversation. It's just that it helped me a lot in the next 3 months. Because every time he would be in the corridor, I would walk in front of him. And then I would try to talk to him. Be like, hi sir, how are you? All good? Yeah? All nice? Been hitting kids? I couldn't do that. But I would now, in confidence, walk in front of his office and not care. And I'm like, fuck, I don't care because this has happened. And also the father, if he met me, he would just talk to me once in a while saying, everything good? Everything good? Okay. Don't bring your father to college. I'm like, bro, what is this scene, bro? So that's it. That was the time where I got slapped by my vice principal for asking for water. And then I thought something will happen with the press, but nothing happened. But it was a very fun experience. Honestly, it was a very fun experience. It was fun till that tunnel confrontation too. That tunnel one was the most weirdest. You know, it's like those under the table deals. It was like that. हम लोग tunnel में खड़े हुए ऐसे खुसफुस कर रहा है कान में. Fucking directly talk. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. That was me telling you that story. Thank you. Cool. Next person. We're almost towards the end of the show. We have one performer, and then we have a very special performance for all of you. Cool, because you guys are special. Yeah. No one believes it. I guess like no one's ready to take it that I am special and this is okay. So much doubt. You're like, nahi yaar, मेरे लिए नहीं यार, इसके नहीं. Okay, it is. Sorry, man. Sorry. I can't help it. Okay. Cool. Okay, last performer, and then we have a special performance. Okay, last performer. Hey, last person, dude. Last person. Just give it. Can we please have Dhruv?
Thanks, Arch. Hey guys, I'm gonna do a couple of old pieces today. So I'm gonna start with the first one. This one I wrote back in 2013. Pune. There was this canteen beside our college, NCC canteen, back in Pune. Couple of days ago, I got the news that it's closed now. So, but yeah, I wrote a couple of pieces there. But this one was really special in 2013 because it was for someone special, and we were someone special together for nearly about 6 months. But yeah, I mean, it came from an honest place, is all that I'm trying to say. So, इस तरीके से कि हदो हिदायत से मुझे आज रुखसत होने दो, काली रात सी हैं ये जुल्फे तुम्हारी, इस रात में मुझे आज गुमशुदा होने दो. हदो हिदायत से मुझे आज रुखसत होने दो, काली रात सी हैं ये जुल्फे तुम्हारी, इस रात में मुझे आज गुमशुदा होने दो, कि मैं वो ज़मीं हूँ जो चुपते सूरज से रोज़ मुखातिब हुआ करती है, कि मैं वो परवाना हूँ जिसे तलाशे शम्मा हरदम रहा करती है, और एक तुम हो वहाँ बारिश की पहली फुहार से, हो तुम बेपरवाह दहकते किसी अंगार सी, ये हाल फिर ना होगा मेरा दीवानों सा इस ज़माने में, तो क्यों ना सूखी इस ज़मीन को आज बाग बाग होने दो, तो क्यों ना इस परवाने को आज तुम खुद में फना होने दो. हदो हिदायत से मुझे आज रुखसत होने दो, काली रात सी हैं ये जुल्फें तुम्हारी, इस रात में मुझे आज गुमशुदा होने दो. थैंक यू. और एक पीस और है मेरे पास. सो दिस वाज आल्सो अनदर क्रॉस रोड ऑफ माय लाइफ. जब मैंने पीस लिखा तो एक्चुअली मेरा प्लेसमेंट हुआ कॉलेज से, सो आई गॉट पोस्टेड इन मुंबई. बट एज इट हैपन्स व्हेन यू आर लर्निंग द रोप्स ऑफ द जॉब, यू आर नॉट वेरी गुड एट इट, एंड देन यू समटाइम्स स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग योरसेल्फ वेदर मैं क्या मुझे यही करना चाहिए, लाइक इज दिस व्हाट आई एम मेंट फॉर, शुड आई ट्राई समथिंग एल्स. आई कॉल्ड माय पेरेंट्स कि मॉम मुझे जॉब नहीं करनी एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. शी इज लाइक फक ऑफ डूड, देयर इज नथिंग फॉर यू बैक होम, जस्ट स्टिक टू योर जॉब एंड फकिंग डू इट. सो ओके फाइन, माय बॉस इज बेटर देन दिस. And it's like, okay mom, I'll just go back and just suck it up and just do my job. But you know what, it kind of worked because I would like to believe that I'm pretty good at what I do now. Let's get back to the poem. Okay. पर ये उस समय के अराउंड मैंने लिखी हुई है. इसका उन्वान है नज़्म का ख़त, कि मैं बड़ा मसरूफ़ था जब वो मुझे एक बेवक्त मिला। मैं बड़ा मसरूफ़ था जब वो मुझे बेवक्त मिला। लकड़ी की दराज में रखा एक पुराना ख़त मिला। उस जर्द लिफाफे के छेदों से झांकती हुई सियाही जैसे मुझे जानती है, मुझे पहचानती है, जो ये मानती है कि मैं बदल गया हूँ। मगर कुछ तो है मुझ में आज भी जो हर दिवाली मेरे मोहल्ले के बाज़ार में था, जो स्कूल की घंटी के इंतज़ार में था, जो यारों के झूठे किस्सों पे एतबार में था, जो प्यार के पहले इजहार में था। वो वक्त की धूल में सना खत था। मैं डरता हूँ उस खत को खोलने से, उसकी सूखी स्याही में लिखे सच को बोलने से। सच तो ये है कि वो खत महज एक खत नहीं, मेरे माजी की एक दलील, एक पुकार है जो कहती बार बार है कि वो कोई तो वजह होगी जो अब तुम घर नहीं आते हो। माँ को अपना हाल नहीं सुनाते हो, यारों से मिलने नहीं जाते हो, किसी की याद में करवटें नहीं बदलते हो, दिल का चैन नहीं गवाते हो। कोई तो वजह होगी जो अपनी जिंदगी यूं बिताते हो। वो खत जिस पे लिखी तारीख कब की बीत चुकी है, वो खत जिस पे लगी डाक की मुहर कब की मिट चुकी है। वो खत मुझसे कहता है कि राहें राह देखती थक गईं, उसकी सूनी बाहें भी अब थक गईं। अब तो उस खत का जवाब दे दो, अब तो उन यादों को बीते वक्त का हिसाब दे दो। मैं उस खत को वापस दराज में रख देता हूँ, वो बेवक्त मुझे फिर मिल जाया करता है। जर्जर लिफाफे में जमा वो खत, वक्त की धूल में सना वो खत। शुक्रिया। हर्ष, मेरे पास एक 30 का टाइम है और क्या? अच्छा ठीक है, कूल। तो एक छोटी सी गज़ल और 30 सेकंड में रैप अप करने की कोशिश करते हैं। अच्छा, सो इट गोज लाइक दिस। 4 शेर, गौर फरमाइएगा कि जिस दिन एक टूटा हुआ उसूल हो जाऊंगा, उस दिन मैं दुनिया को कबूल हो जाऊंगा। जिस दिन एक टूटा हुआ उसूल हो जाऊंगा, उस दिन मैं दुनिया को कबूल हो जाऊंगा। मुझसे रूठ कर जाने वाले वापस आ जा, एक दिन मैं ज़मीं की धूल हो जाऊंगा। शुक्रिया। मुझसे रूठ कर जाने वाले वापस आ जा, एक दिन मैं ज़मीं की धूल हो जाऊंगा। और माकूल एक शब्द होता है, इसे कहते हैं अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर। मैं भी आंखों पे एक पट्टी बांध लूं अगर, मैं भी आंखों पे एक पट्टी बांध लूं अगर, तेरे शहर के लिए माकूल हो जाऊंगा। मैं भी आंखों पे एक पट्टी बांध लूं अगर, तेरे शहर के लिए माकूल हो जाऊंगा। और ये आखिरी शेर सुनिएगा, जो इस पूरी गज़ल का लुब्बे लुआब है, बेसिकली जो क्रक्स है कि क्या था आखिरी शेर, याद नहीं आ रहा है मुझे। हाँ, मैं भी आंखों पे एक पट्टी बांध लूं अगर, तेरे शहर के लिए माकूल हो जाऊंगा। और माना इस राह में फ़कत कांटे हैं मगर, माना इस राह में फ़कत कांटे हैं मगर, कहीं और चला मैं तो फिजूल हो जाऊंगा। शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much, Dhruv. Thank you so much. One round, yeah. Man, you guys have been amazing. Genuinely been amazing. Every single one of you. Thank you for coming. We still have the performance. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. Thank you for doing this. We have open mics on Mondays and Sundays. I just want to, before we continue this, I want to, actually I'm doing this for the camera now, because I want to put it out there, because a lot of people message me, okay? I am just the host. I do not give spots for anyone or to do with anything at the Habitat, okay? Because every day, every time I post or name is there, people have messaged me. Like I got the call for poetry, I've also got the call saying मेरे को slot दे दे, and I'm like कौन है भाई, कहाँ से? मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता लोग, तो I just want to give it out there. I just work here, do this. I don't take care of any other things in that. You have to say a yes. No, not now, but like in the comment section. Otherwise, then you'll have to video call me and say yes, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person seems confident. We can call them here. Okay, so say yes in the Instagram comment section, and then we'll pick up people from there. It's very hard. Like I don't know what people think. I have some monopoly over here. I'm taking cash, and I'm like, हाँ, Paytm कर देना, इतना spot मिल जाएगा, and all. कुछ नहीं होता. Everyone has got a spot by themselves, so that's how it works. That's it from the open mic. Thank you so much for coming. Now, we have a special performance. Believe it or not, you are special, okay? All of you. We have a singer-songwriter who's been working with us. Technically, he's been working here more longer than us. He's like the backbone of Habitat. He's the reason a lot of things are in the place that they are. There's still 4 lines of introduction. Wait, four more lines of introduction. So he's come out with a new song. He's already released 4 songs. His 5th song just recently released. Okay, and like apart from that, I'm also in the music video. Not then, just watch it. He's going to come perform live for all of you guys now from the song that he's released recently. So start clapping. Can we please have Yash, Rajiv, Barse?
Harsha, everybody. He's in the music video and the cover art, so like it all looks aesthetic, all because of Harsha and Simran, who is not in this room. But yeah, has anybody seen me perform before? Except you. Yeah. Oh, no one. Good. New audience is always good. My name is Yash, and I recently released a song called Fall Out of Love, and it's on all streaming platforms, and the music video is out on my YouTube channel. Please go check it out. We've put a lot of effort into it, and music video looks really good. Not because of the song or me, because of Harsh and Simran. So can we have a round of applause? Alright, this is a 5-minute song. I don't know why I'm specifying it. Just let's see how this goes. Looks like a moment has passed for all eternity. I feel like a stone in the sea. Can you remember me? As far as I roll down the lane of my memories, I see you engraved within. I'll bleed all over me. Nights are long, days are short. We'll be together as time moves on. Sit by your side, pour all the love that I could find. Tell me when you fall out of walk through the blinding light with your hand in mine. Bodies around tonight, our dreams so surmise. Nights are long, days are short. I hold to this clock with you. I know I'd sit by your side, pour all the love that I could find. Tell me when you fall out of love. our love's not true, tell me, what would you say if I walked away? Tell me, tell me. Tell me, what would I do without you? Nights are long, days are short. We'll be together as time moves on. Sit by your side, pour all the love that I could.
I'm not crying. Thank you so much, Yash. Always a pleasure, literally listening to you. And like, at least for us who've been working with him, we've seen this song build over time and over years, and it takes a lot to like put a song together. So kudos on that, and I'm glad we saw. So please check him out. There are stickers. No, okay, no one? Okay, fine. There are still stickers of the cover art, which also has a barcode to the video, and it's on all leading audio platforms, which I'm sure everyone has something, Spotify, YouTube Music, Ghana, Savan, etc. So go check it out. Go check out other artists. If you like someone's work, please do let them know. Validation is great. Please keep coming and doing this. My name is Harsh. My Instagram handle is @YSOHRSH. It's Why So Harsh. We need to be more kind. See you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Have a great life. And let's play the reality game of Mujhe Shaadi Nahi Karna Hai. Okay? See you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.